we've traced the anterior and the posterior lamina of internal oblique. Posteriorly we have the fascia transversalis and the peritoneum. Now what is remaining is the aponeurosis of transversus abdominis muscle. Now the aponeurosis of transversus abdominis muscle, we are trying to draw in blue. This too will continue with the posterior lamina of internal oblique, and when the posterior lamina of internal oblique comes in front, this will also come in front. Can you appreciate? Please concentrate here. Please concentrate here. Now what is happening? Below the umbilicus, midway between the umbilicus and the pubic symphysis, the posterior lamina of internal oblique and the aponeurosis of transversus abdominis are coming in front. They are coming in front. Can you appreciate the diagram? Two lamina of internal oblique we made in white color. The aponeurosis of transversus abdominis we made in blue color, and the aponeurosis of external oblique is in red. Okay, now just let us see the cut sections of this at various levels. Now just concentrate here at the costal margin. What is happening? These are the costal cartilages, right? This is the rectus abdominis muscle. Posteriorly क्या क्या था? Diaphragm, fascia transversalis and peritoneum. Diaphragm, fascia transversalis and peritoneum. समझ में आया? Posteriorly the costal cartilages are directly resting on diaphragm, fascia transversalis and peritoneum. और superiorly देखो, this is external oblique in red. External oblique in red. So anteriorly above the costal margin, rectus abdominis is only covered by aponeurosis of external oblique muscle. Did you understand? Did you understand the concept? Now we will do in midway. अब midway में cut section अगर हम लेते हैं तो कैसा होगा? कट सेक्शन पे कंसंट्रेट करो. रेड इज एक्सटर्नल ओब्लिक, व्हाइट इज इंटरनल ओब्लिक, ब्लू इज एपोन्यूरोसिस ऑफ ट्रांसवर्सस एब्डोमिनिस. मिड सेक्शन यहाँ अगर हमने कट सेक्शन किया तो सबसे पहले एंटीरियरली एपोन्यूरोसिस ऑफ एक्सटर्नल ओब्लिक. इंटरनल ओब्लिक को देखो, इट स्प्लिट्स इनटू टू. ये एंटीरियर लैमिना, ये पोस्टीरियर लैमिना, दोनों को मिल गई. पोस्टीरियरली देखो हमने यहाँ पे बनाया है ब्लू से एपोन्यूरोसिस ऑफ ट्रांसवर्सस एब्डोमिनिस. सो एपोन्यूरोसिस ऑफ ट्रांसवर्सस एब्डोमिनिस पोस्टीरियरली. along with that fascia transversalis and peritoneum. Fascia transversalis and peritoneum. Did you understand? Just label it so that you understand. Let's label it. Transversalis, this peritoneum, this the diaphragm, costal cartilages, rectus abdominis, this is external oblique muscle, this is the aponeurosis of external oblique muscle, this external oblique, internal oblique, transversus abdominis. Can you appreciate this anterior lamina, posterior lamina, of internal oblique, this is fascia transversalis, this is पेरिटोनियम. ये एग्जाम में कई बार आता है डायग्राम ड्रॉ करने के लिए, so you should know aponeurosis of transversus abdominis. And this is external oblique. So this is at the middle. कहीं से भी अगर हम काटेंगे above this, this is going to be the ideal cut section of rectus abdominis muscle. Now what will happen below here? ये सारी layers सामने आ जाएंगी. What will happen here? We have to rub this, okay? Because we don't have space. Now what will happen? इंटरनल ओब्लिक दोनों लैमिना सामने आ जाएंगे, पोस्टीरियर लैमिना भी सामने आ जाएगा. एंड ट्रांसवर्सस एब्डोमिनस भी सामने आ जाएगी. पीछे क्या रह जाएगा? fascia transversalis and peritoneum. So below this margin anteriorly क्या क्या आ गया? aponeurosis of external oblique, internal oblique के दोनों anterior और posterior lamina, anterior और posterior lamina internal oblique, transversus abdominis. पीछे क्या रह गया? fascia transversalis और peritoneum. तो rectus sheath को when you will describe in exam, you will have to describe in 3 headings: above costal, between costal and umbilicus, midway between umbilicus and. अच्छा ये ध्यान रखो, this is not at just the level of umbilicus, it is just a bit lower to the level of umbilicus, somewhere below umbilicus and pubic symphysis. This is going to happen. Understood? So here we finish with what is the. Now let us go down to what is the applied anatomy of rectus sheath. Why are we so much interested in rectus sheath? Rectus sheath and rectus abdominis muscle are the preferred choice for all good surgeons. This is the part of abdomen जहाँ से surgeons abdominal viscera को approach करते हैं. Approach करने के लिए they need an incisional plane. Incisional plane वो जो उनके लिए ऐसा हो जहाँ से abdomen पूरा खुल के भी दिख जाए, bleeding भी कम हो. तो पुराने ज़माने में the preferred choice of surgeons जहाँ पे सबसे कम ब्लीडिंग हो और ऐसी जगह जहाँ से काटे तो पूरा एब्डोमेन अप्रोच हो जाए, मतलब ये भी कोई भी क्वाड्रेंट एब्डोमेन का अप्रोच हो जाए. ओके, so what was the preferred choice? It was this midline part of linea alba. Linea alba जो है, it is avascular part of the rectus abdominis muscle. क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पर सिर्फ एपोन्यूरोसिस आ रही है. जहाँ पर भी एपोन्यूरोसिस या टेंडन होता है, that part is avascular. So earlier days what used to happen, they used to give an incision in the midline. This was called as midline incision, which was preferred by the surgeons. Now इसका एडवांटेज ये था कि ये avascular है. सेकेंड एडवांटेज ये था कि पूरा एब्डोमिनल ऑर्गन इसमें असेस हो जाता है. बट द मेजर डिसएडवांटेज टू दिस वाज, क्योंकि ये avascular है इसलिए avascular स्ट्रक्चर की हीलिंग में भी हमेशा डिले होता है. जहाँ ब्लड कम जाएगा वहाँ न्यूट्रिशन कम जाएगा, न्यूट्रिशन कम जाएगा तो वहाँ हीलिंग डिलेड होगी. पुराने ज़माने में हमारे यहाँ के जो वर्कर्स होते थे या जो भी हमारे यहाँ काम करते थे, बेसिकली वी वर फार्मर्स, वी वर डूइंग हैवी ड्यूटी, वी वर डूइंग टफ वर्क. ओके, अब उसके अंदर भी व्हाट यूज्ड टू हैपन, दिस वाज अ कॉमन थिंग गिवन टू फीमेल्स फॉर सिजेरियन सेक्शन. अब बार बार सिजेरियन सेक्शन हो रहा है, केडी का एब्डोमेन जो है वो लैक्स हो गया है, रिपीटेड प्रेगनेंसीज हो रही हैं और यहाँ पर हीलिंग बराबर नहीं है. उसके कारण क्या होता था, यहाँ पर गैप आ जाता था. दिस वाज कॉल्ड एज डायवेरिकेशन ऑफ रेक्टाई. मतलब दोनों रेक्टस एब्डोमिनिस अभी तो हमारी एक साथ है, सिर्फ बीच में एक लीनिया एल्बा है, लेकिन जब कट करते थे और हीलिंग नहीं होती थी तो इनके बीच में गैप आ जाता था. इस गैप को कहते थे डायवेरिकेशन ऑफ रेक्टाई. कभी कभार क्या होता था, इस डायवेरिकेशन के अंदर से जो विसरा होता था, that is usually the small intestine, the gut, it used to come out. That is called as hernia. The process in which the normal gut tries to come out of an abnormal opening is called as hernia. तो इस पार्ट में incisional hernia होता था, which is very dangerous. So now what happens is, सर्जन्स ने बोला नहीं, अब हमको ये क्लासिक जो इंसिजन है हमको ये नहीं देखना. अब वो क्या करते हैं, दे अप्रोच द रेक्टस शीथ अराउंड 1 to 2 सेंटीमीटर लैटरल टू द मिड लाइन. अब वो लोग जो अप्रोच करते हैं वो उस अप्रोच को कहते हैं पैरामीडियन. पैरामीडियन मतलब मिड लाइन को नहीं करते, मिड लाइन के बाजू में अराउंड 1 to 2 सेंटीमीटर, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज पैरामीडियन इंसिजन. पैरामीडियन इंसिजन में क्या है, ब्लड भी है बिकॉज द वेसल्स आर कमिंग, हीलिंग इज बेटर एंड डायवेरिकेशन और इंसिजनल हर्नियाज के चांसेस कम. नेक्स्ट इज which is mostly used for gynec and obstetric practices nowadays is Pfannenstian incision. Pfannenstian incision is given below the umbilicus and just above the pubic symphysis. It's a transverse incision given for the deliveries nowadays. Most common preferred incision which is given to females in gynec or obstetric surgeries is Pfannenstian incision. So when you write down about the rectus sheath, please write down about its applied anatomy also, that is regarding the incisional hernia, the paramedian hernia, the paramedian incision, the Pfannenstian incision. There is something also called as the gridiron or McBurney's point incision also. Please write down these few points also along with your applied anatomy. Hope you understood the topic. Thank you very much.
Good morning, students. We have done with the 2 lectures of anterior abdominal wall and rectus sheath. So just for your knowledge, just because you are not coming to the dissection hall, I thought let us tell you exactly how do these anterolateral group of muscles they look. So just a small array this is the thorax, this is the abdomen, this is the umbilicus, the cicatrix that we can see, this is the umbilicus which is showing in the midline. Now, first thing first, when we started with the anterior abdominal wall, I told you that abdomen is the only place which does not have deep fascia. It only has superficial fascia, and the superficial fascia is divided into two. The superficial fatty layer, can you see this fat? This superficial layer is that of the camper, superficial fatty layer of the camper. And can you see this lower part, this white part which is just above the muscle layer here? This is the membranous layer. This that you can see just enclosing the muscle, this is the membranous layer of superficial fascia of the abdomen. The abdomen does not have deep fascia. Remember, it only has two superficial layers, one superficial fatty in which you can see the fat. Here we have cleared the fatty layer so that you can see deep down inside, and this that you can just see underneath the fatty layer, just underneath the fatty layer, the white layer that you can see, this is the fascia of Scarpa. Now let us get going with abdomen. We have cut the abdomen on both the sides from the midline. Now what I am going to show you is the three muscles of anterolateral abdominal wall, that is superior oblique, inferior oblique and transversus abdominis. First muscle, come down, come to this side. Let's see. Can you see the fibers going like this towards the pocket? I told you the fibers are going towards the pocket, downwards and forwards. This muscle which is coming from the 5th to 12th ribs, it's originating from 5th to 12th costal cartilage. The direction of fibers is downwards and forwards, and it inserts. Where does it insert? This is the iliac crest. So it inserts on the iliac crest, and from this point, that is the anterior superior iliac spine, till the pubic symphysis. Can you see this margin? Please concentrate here. Can you see this margin where my finger is? We have cut the external oblique muscle like this. This lower margin, if you can see, appreciate, this is the inguinal ligament. This is the inguinal ligament which extends from this bony prominence that you can see is the antero-superior iliac spine, and this is pubic symphysis. So the rolled lower margin of external oblique muscle is the inguinal ligament. Please appreciate the beautiful fibers which are coming from above downwards, the direction of fibers of external oblique muscle. Next, we remove the flap, and before that, this is the aponeurosis. Flattened tendon, see the beauty of it. Flattened tendon. This is aponeurosis of this muscle, external oblique, which is going to come in the midline. You can see these fibers are coming like this. They will meet the fibers of the opposite side like this. And here you will form the linea alba. We'll go to the next layer. Can you see this? Can you see this layer of muscle fibers? See the beautiful direction from here upwards. I told you they are in opposite direction. See the direction here, downwards and forwards. See the direction of fibers here, upwards towards the midline. Internal oblique fibers, they are originating from where? Thoracolumbar fascia. This is the iliac crest, and some fibers from the lateral 1/3 of the inguinal ligament. Can you appreciate these fibers? These fibers which are directed upwards. See the beauty of the direction of fibers. Directed upwards. This is internal oblique muscle. Just next to the internal oblique muscle, can you see these muscle fibers which are flattened like this? Appreciate the fibers which are flattened like this. Can you please see the fibers which are flattened like this? These are transversus abdominis muscle fibers, flattened. I told you they are flat. They are originating from everywhere, from the ribs, lower 6 costal cartilages and ribs, thoracolumbar fascia, iliac crest and inguinal ligament. This is the transversus abdominis muscle. So again we will come and revise. See the beauty of the muscle fibers: external oblique, downwards and forwards, internal oblique going upwards towards the midline, and transversus abdominis muscle going parallel to the ground. Now we shall come down to this muscle in the center. Yesterday we did this rectus abdominis muscle. Can you see the beauty of the flat muscle which is coming? It is narrower down at the pubic symphysis. As it goes up to the xiphoid process, thoracic cage, it becomes broader. Can you see the difference? It originates here, goes till 5th, 6th and 7th costal cartilages. Now what I was going to show you was, can you see these intersections? Can you see these intersections here? We read that there are 4 intersections. One at the level of xiphoid process, this is the xiphoid process. One at the level of umbilicus. Please focus here. See this. Can you see this? These are the intersections. Midway between the xiphoid and the umbilicus. Can you see this intersection? Here also, can you appreciate the intersection? And one below. Sometimes it is present, sometimes it is not present. This is a female body. Therefore, in female body, the muscular impressions are not very well made. Hence, here you are not able to appreciate the lower one. But if it was a male body, you might be able to see the 4th intersection here. Did you understand? This is the gap between the 2 rectus. This is 1, this is 2, this is of the left side, this is of the right side. Remember what I was telling you about the divarication of recti? When the 2 recti separate. Anatomically, this is joint in the center. Pathologically, when these 2 recti separate, this is what happens, and this is called as divarication of recti. और just देखो इसके नीचे gut है, gut. This gut can outpouch, which can cause hernia. That is called as the incisional hernia that I was trying to tell you. Now, what I want you to appreciate is, can you see the aponeurosis here? One layer. Can you see this second layer of aponeurosis? This is nothing but the rectus sheath we were talking about. Below the umbilicus, anteriorly, the aponeurosis of external oblique, 2 lamina of internal oblique and transversus abdominis. Anteriorly we have cut the rectus sheath, so you can't appreciate, but posteriorly I will show you. This is the posterior rectus sheath, which was formed by these abdominal muscles, but we have cut it here. But this is what is the rectus sheath. See, this is the rectus sheath. Just below the rectus sheath, this is peritoneum. This is the peritoneum along with fascia transversalis. Can you appreciate just below this? The gut starts, abdomen starts. So can you appreciate the beauty of the abdominal muscles and rectus abdominis muscle? Thank you very much.